Hello there, beautiful family, right across this gorgeous planet of ours, leading up to this full moon eclipse happening on Wednesday. Wondering how everyone's feeling. I have to laugh because it's hectic, right? You know, the reason that I'm sharing this post with you today, I actually just came out of the pool, and this is what I want to speak into today is an energy that I feel is really prevalent at the moment. It's really present for many of us, but it's also not a new energy. It's something that has been percolating and moving around the space around us and within us really since this whole initiation began, this whole COVID period, really from last March. You know, a lot of things changed in people's lives. Plans were dismantled. For a lot of us that move around the world to work, all of a sudden we couldn't do that. So a lot of things, of course, for many people on many levels were cancelled. The way in which we did things and the way that we were being called to look at things changed as well. And we were forced really into a period of deep assessment, reassessment of who we really are, of what it is we really want and what it is we're really here to do. And my feeling is that the energies of late, there's another big wave of that has been really present for a lot of people, and for me as well. And actually the process has been quite continuous for me, and it's a process of getting really clear about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, who is it serving, really, and who do I want to be doing it with, and what is the most beneficial way to be walking on this earth and offering what I offer in terms of myself in relationships, in terms of my path of service in my work, in everything that I do. And I guess for me, I've been what I call it for myself is refining the purity, right? So getting really clear, really feeling into what is most important, into what is going to be in best service to myself and my own nervous system, including my adrenals and my energy and all of that stuff, so that I am then able to be in the best possible service to others. Also, taking a look at where anything that I do on any level, including my service, including my offerings, still have any trace of egoic satisfaction. It's a big one. Because, you know, when the ego loves a cause, it loves to be an activist. It also loves to be in service. It loves to feel like it's helping. And I feel that we've got to be a little bit careful sometimes, because we can get a bit hoodwinked, thinking that, you know, the things that we do, we're doing it because we're such a kind person, we're doing it from the generosity of our hearts, which is all true. But what would happen if all of that was taken away? What would happen if all of a sudden you didn't do any of your offerings anymore? What would happen if you didn't offer your ceremonies? What would happen if you didn't do your healing work? What would happen if you didn't do your coaching work? What would happen if you just didn't show up to work? You know, all of these roles and these identifications with who we think we are. And so if we're listening, then we're treading carefully and lightly. We're waiting more than we are acting. We're listening rather than pushing or striving. We're waiting for true guidance in the form of absolute, unmistakable, better English, signs and synchronicities, unmistakable, that couldn't possibly mean anything else, to guide us on our path, rather than coming at it from a I should, I have to, this will make me feel good, this will make me look good, I must be in service to others, I must be a part of this cause because that's what, that's what I am here to do. All of that stuff, it's still ego. The ego is so sneaky, it's so tricky, and we really, I feel, are being called to really watch it and to refine our purity in the way that we show up, in the way that we work, in the way that we relate in our relationships. I know a lot of relationships are also kind of under our own scrutiny at the moment, asking the questions of, again, refining the purity within our relationships, because really we're being called to walk in an entirely new way. And it's one that really needs to be extra sensitive and extra mindful, with more awareness than we've ever walked, and putting down the concepts and ideas of who we think we are, and really listening and really listening to what is being asked and what is required to be in true service. And that doesn't mean overextending either. That actually a lot of the times means pulling back. We have to get this flow of energy, this flow of abundance, this flow of reciprocity. We need to get it into balance. So if you're feeling that at the moment, welcome to the Light Club. I know also over these past few days, especially leading up to this full moon eclipse, I'm just about to take a group to the 9 temples in Peru. This is a very special journey, because it's usually only something that's offered to you by a manku, by a Balinese priest, when they feel that you're ready. But after my journey to Nusa Penida recently, I got the strong guidance to speak to Addie about us taking a small group of people that I felt were really ready for this, and he was really delighted and said yes. So we leave to do that tomorrow. And see, that I sat on that for a year. It was a year to get the full yes, to open that space up. Once upon a time, I would have just been so excited to offer it, to have people experiencing this amazing journey. I would have opened it up to everyone. I probably would have had a lot of people, but this time it's just refined. It took a year just to get to that point of opening it up to 4 or 5 people to do. So yeah, it's a constant process. And what I was going to share with you too is that these last days I have been super aware, and this is probably could be a whole other video, but I'll just say it now because we're here, super aware of the heavy energies in my field when I wake up in the morning. I've been waking up feeling exhausted, and also a feeling of dread some mornings, and thoughts and feelings coming into my body that I have to be very quick to catch, because I know that they do not belong to me. And it's really important now, because that liminal space between your sleep state and your wake state is where manifestation occurs. And it's where these heavier energies love to hang out, because they can infiltrate your consciousness in those states. And then what happens is that if you start to believe that those thoughts are yours, and you ruminate on them, and then they become an emotion and a feeling in your body, then you start to manifest those things in your life. So you have to be, at the moment, I feel we have to be, take it or leave it, throw it in the bin if it doesn't make sense to you or resonate with you. But it would serve, I believe, greatly to be really mindful about whose thoughts you're thinking when you wake up first thing in the morning. If you're feeling any heaviness, any dread, any feelings of extreme exhaustion, You need to remind yourself quickly that this doesn't belong to me. You need to force yourself to smile, even if it feels ridiculous and you don't want to do it. And in that moment, call on, remember, feel all of the guardians that are here and present for you: the earth, the sky, the mountains, the trees, the birds, the unseen masters, the luminous beings of light, priestesses of light. All of these very, very high frequency beings that are always around you and are always giving you this refined light energy of Sami, and you need to breathe it in. You've got to breathe it in, you need to hold it, and then you breathe it out. Yeah, you've heard me say this a few times, but it's very, very important to do this, and you'll feel the energy move very quickly, but you have to really keep asking yourself the question, whose thoughts am I thinking? Are they yours? 99% of the time they're not. They might trick you and appear to be yours because you'll attach a story to the feeling, but this is where you've got to pay super conscious attention to what you're taking in and also what you're giving out, especially leading up to this eclipse on this moon, because everything is heightened. Okay, that's it. That's my download. You'll be catching posts from our amazing journey. I have my training starting in just under a month, so if you're feeling the call to dive into all of the things that I share and more, how to work shamanically, how to work with the medicine of cacao, how to really prepare, strengthen, and refine your own path of purity as we move together into this new paradigm. All right, beautiful ones, I love you very much. Thank you for listening. Bye for now. Lots and lots of love. Hatun Munnai.